Hello and welcome back to another Staff Bikes, where today's is a little bit different because we've got reviewer and YouTube regular Ed's Dolan on show. Now Ed's bike is a little bit different to mine, for example, because whereas I get free reign of all the components that I get to put on it, Ed is an elite rider for Wales Racing Academy, and that means that in some cases he is tied to, well, the frame and components that he chooses. So let's kick off with the frame, shall we? What are you riding, Ed?
So I'm riding a Dolan Rebus frame set in a size 56 or a large.
And does it come in this red, or is that a team colour?
So this is a team colour, so if you go onto the Dolan site, you can kind of pre-select this on the Rebus menu as the Wales Racing Academy edition.
And what about the wheels? What are they? I haven't seen a set of these before.
Yeah, so we have some Alpina A5R, well, rim brake. They're tubeless ready.
That back one doesn't look very tubeless.
I have got a tube in this rear one, as unfortunately we did have a puncture yesterday.
And how come you're running rim brakes? Because literally everyone else has gone to disc brakes.
So I think even in the British peloton, we are one of the only teams still on rim brake. But basically, it makes wheel changes in a race quite easy, or really easy compared to disc brake, especially as we don't have those nifty gun things.
Yeah.
And also maintenance, ease of maintenance. It's nice to do at home. It's only a cable, no hydraulics.
And it is cheaper as well.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah. What hubs are they?
So these are Hope Pro RS4s. They are Hope, so they're mountain bikes. They should be robust. And they have brass on the quick release to stop corrosion and wear.
Very nice. And tyres, what are you running?
We're lucky enough to be supported by Continental, so we do have the Grand Prix 5000s TR in a 25mm.
25?
Yes.
A lot of people are running 28s now, even for racing.
I know, unfortunately, it's because it's rim brake, we do have a bit of rub if we use a 28.
Ah, yes, probably stick to the 25s then.
Yes.
And then these don't look like standard brake pads, what are they?
No, so they are Aztec brake pads. They are kind of a mix between soft and hard.
In the middle then.
In the middle, a nice medium for both.
Yeah.
Basically, they don't wear so quickly as a soft, but they do give better braking performance than a hard. Okay,
and then most of this group set seems to be the newest R8100 Ultegra Di2.
It is, yes.
Other than the cranks, what are they, Rotor?
Yeah, so I got Rotor Vegast cranks in a 170mm, so I'm quite tall, but I do like to ride a short crank.
Like me.
Like you, there you go.
I like riding a 170 as well.
It is good for efficiency apparently. And triathletes use it. Boo. But no, it's also good on the track, so you can keep your hip angle nice and open, so less wear, I guess. I'm running a 53/39 chainring.
Yeah, that seems pretty standard in the British scene,
yes.
don't you reckon?
Yeah, I think there's only a couple that are running a 54 and probably nobody on a 52. And then also I have a Rotor InSpider power meter.
And then moving up front,
yeah,
Deda. Why Deda?
So it's good with Deda, we have the choice of what to run. We all run the Zero100 range, but it's just nice so you can all change the different types of bars depending on what you like. So I've got a 120mm stem, -8 degree. It's this time of year where people like to change their position, and I'm just all over the place at the moment. So currently 120. I have got a 40cm classic drop bar, which obviously Luke Rowe likes to run.
We don't see many classic.
They're not very often
anymore. You're not Luke Rowe though. I'm
not Luke Rowe. I'm not as good. I just like to think I am. Yes.
And shifters turned in. We've seen a lot of that recently at the Tour Down Under and stuff. And then I've also noticed this top cap. That's not standard.
Yes, I know you like a good custom top cap, Jamie.
Yeah.
But so I've gone for a KAPZ Guru top cap. It is an NHS one. He made only 100 of these. I accidentally bought 2. I must have clicked twice on it. Anyway, I had number 33 and number 34.
And then attached to the bars, that looks like a K-edge mount.
And yes.
And then this.
So I did have it in pink originally.
Yeah.
But then everyone seemed to get the pink one. So I wanted to be unique again, and I bought a, what's this, leopard print wrap.
Do you know where from?
Wrapmybike.nl, I believe. I think it's, yeah.
It does look like you could have done a better job at wrapping it. You haven't taken out the LED light.
I wish I never did, because that means people can see how hard I'm going, because I do have the LED set up to my power.
So that's deliberate that that is covered up. Very nice. And then a little bit of tape in here, otherwise it can rattle. Pro top tip for you there.
Oh yes.
So you did tell us what chainrings you were running. What cassette is that?
So this is an 1130 cassette. I think that's pretty standard for the new Di2 range, the 12 speed.
You like a bit of climbing anyway, so.
Well, especially around South Wales, I think there is plenty of climbing to do, so it's nice to have a 30.
And what are you perched on? What's this?
So this is a Pro Stealth. I have got it in the steel rails, which, if you know your range, is the cheapest. And that is because I don't have the money to afford nice ones. So I have gone for the cheapest one.
Fair enough.
It is in a 142mm wide, because I did have the 152 and I found it just a bit too wide, and I like a short saddle, nice and stubby, so I don't have to move around too much.
What have we missed? What else have we got? Oh, pedals.
These, Jamie, are Speedplay. These are classic Speedplays.
Yes, so Wahoo have now bought out Speedplay.
Yeah.
And, well, these aren't them.
No, so I have a set of the Wahoo Speedplays, but I just find these are so much easier to maintain.
Yeah, so the new ones come with sealed bearings, so you shouldn't need to maintain them as often. But if you're doing your kind of mileage, then, well, I guess having pedals that you can maintain is a benefit. And I've also noticed, because I'm very observant, they're green.
Yes.
That doesn't match the bike.
No, so I do have quite a few colours of Speedplay pedals. I have a green pair here, I have a red pair, which goes on my race bike, and a black pair.
It matches.
Yes, because it does match. But basically I have the green pair because when this is on the roof of the team car, the mechanic has no excuse to miss my bike.
Yeah, that's fair, unless the whole team's running green ones, which I find unlikely.
Yes, I think there's only a couple of us riding Speedplay, so I'm quite safe.
Yeah, so what are the benefits of Speedplay? Now, I've heard they've got lower stack height.
Yes, so lower stack height means you can lower your saddle a little bit. Kind of, when you bend your elbows, get an aero, kind of brings that area down, frontal area. But there is a downside to that. It's the fact that your cleat goes around the pedal.
Yeah.
So if you clip your pedal, you're actually clipping your cleat.
Well, you should be able to have a bigger lean angle because of that lower stack height.
But you might get a bit confident about that, like I did on the 4th of June 2022. I clipped my pedal, and yeah, well, that's how I got that.
Ah, okay.
So my whole foot came out.
Well, that doesn't look too bad, just a little topple.
Yeah, the bike's fine. I wasn't so fine, but oh well, that's life.
That is bike racing.
Yes.
Right, well, I think that's nearly everything. Bottles and cages.
Yeah, so we use the Tax bottles, but they are just branded up with one of our sponsors, ST Sealants. And then the Deda Zero100 bottle cages, we found these hold the Tax bottles the best. We did have some other Deda ones and some Elite bottle cages, and they were not very good for these bottles.
Yeah, Elite seems to like Elite bottles.
Elite bottles only.
Tax likes Tax bottles.
It's quite surprising that, not gonna lie.
But if you found one that works then. Well, I think that's just about the whole bike. If you've got any questions for Ed about his bike or about his racing, then pop them down in the comment section below. And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.